Okay. Okay, so the next topic we are going to discuss is accounting treatment of reserve accumulated profit or loss. Okay. The treatment you can see here that in the quotient, when we are trying to solve some quotient, uh, you will find general reserve, profit and loss balance in the quotient in the balance sheet. Okay. Sometime it will be simply written like general reserve have this balance and the statement of profit and loss has this balance. Sometime you will be given balance sheet and you have to do the accounting for general reserve. So in like balance sheet type quotient, there will be some other requirements also, like the evaluation account you have to prepare. You have to adjust the goodwill also. But when the quotient is only focused on reserve accumulated profit or loss, in that case, it will be simple, uh, like sentence based quotient. There will be no format. Okay. So whatever the situation is, if you have general reserve, accumulated profit or loss in the quotient, then what we have to do is we have to adjust general reserve. We have to distribute general reserve, accumulated profit or loss. First of all, why we need to adjust these things? So before understanding anything else, tell me one thing that let's say there are two partners, A and B. There are two partners, A and B. Their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. Okay. Their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. Now, there is a general reserve. There is a general reserve of 50,000 in the books. 50,000. Now, after some time, they have decided that their new profit sharing ratio will be 1:1, means equal. Their new profit sharing ratio will be equal. So old profit sharing ratio is 3:2. General reserve is 50,000 and the new profit sharing ratio is 1:1. Now tell me this, that this profit is related to past or present?
So past.
It is related to past. So what do you think? It should be distributed in this ratio or the old one?
So the old one.
Old one. Okay. So yes, this profit is related to past, so it should be distributed in past ratio, in the old ratio. So old profit should be distributed in the old ratio. Now, one thing, if we don't distribute it here, if we don't distribute it here, then what will happen? Then actually, let me give you one example. If we don't distribute here, then it means there will be distribution in new ratio. So let's say A and B distribute it in the old ratio, 3:2. Right now they're distributing. So if at the time of change they will distribute it, then it will be 30,000 to A and 20,000 to B. But if they don't distribute it right now, in future they have decided that they will distribute it. So in that case, they have to distribute it in the new ratio, because at that time new ratio will be applicable. Yes.
Yes.
So there will be loss to A 5,000 and there will be profit to B 5,000. So A will never agree that we should distribute it in the future. A will ask that this is the past profit, so it should be distributed now. Yes.
Yes.
So the reason for distribution of any profit or loss of past is we don't want to give any undue profit, any undue loss to any partner. So because B is entitled to only 20,000, why we will give him 25,000? And A is entitled to 30,000, so why he will take 25,000? So that is why we want to distribute it at the time of change in profit sharing ratio. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So one thing I wanted to ask, actually, uh, this time is not comfortable for you
So it's all right.
because actually in some of the previous classes you have joined late.
Oh, no, sir. This is comfortable.
Okay, so today is also, you can see that you have joined after 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Is there any reason?
Yeah, I'm actually sleeping. I came from school. That's why.
Okay. Okay, so this is A, B, 30,000, 20,000, 25,000, 25,000. So this is the reason why we do want to distribute our profit and loss. So there are two cases for accounting treatment of reserve, accumulated profit or loss. The first case is when reserve or profit or loss account is to be closed, means we want to close the account. So there is first case, if you distribute reserve, accumulated profit or loss. If you distribute it, then it means account will be closed. Because if there is no balance in reserve account, there is no balance in profit and loss account, then why to keep open the account? It will be closed. And in second situation, reserve and profit and loss balance is not distributed, is not distributed. Okay. So what we do here, we don't distribute it between partners. We don't adjust the reserve and profit and loss. We don't close the books. What we do, we adjust it through capital account. This is the second case. So what will happen here? If there is 10,000 balance in balance sheet of reserve, in first case, there will be no balance left because it is already distributed. So reserve will be like removed from the balance sheet. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And in second case, what will happen?
So adjusted.
The same balance will be shown in the balance sheet. There is no change in the balance. Okay, it will be adjusted, but through capital account. There will be no impact on reserve account. There will be no impact on profit and loss account. So the account will be still open. Is this clear?
Yes.
So the first case, when we have to close the reserve and profit and loss account. In this case, all the profit or loss will be distributed between partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Journal entry will be passed separately for profit and loss. For distribution of reserve and accumulated profit, General reserve account debit, profit and loss account debit, workman compensation reserve account debit, investment fluctuation reserve account debit to partners' capital. So all the profit will be added together and it will be distributed between partners. Then there will be a separate entry for distribution of loss. Okay. So what we have to do, if there is profit and loss both given in the quotient, if there is profit and loss, both is given, both are given. So what we have to do, we have to do separate calculation for profit and then distribute journal entry. So all these things are separate, and there will be separate calculation for loss and also the journal. So if you are following case one, means you're going to close the books, you have to pass two entries if there is two balance. So one for profit, one for loss. You have to do the two separate calculation, one for profit, one for loss. Let's say in the quotient, there is two profit given, two types of profit, two reserve you can say. One is general reserve and one is workman compensation reserve. So there is two reserve and there is one loss, profit and loss account, debit balance. So we will add these two together and then distribute it and pass journal entry for these two together. And there will be a separate entry for this one. Understood?
Yes.
So this is what we are doing here. In this case, journal entry will be passed separately for profit and loss. So you can see for distribution of reserve and accumulated profit and for distribution of accumulated loss, there are two entries. Please write this. Tell me after completion. Done? Hello, Saif. Saif, your video is off. Can you open the video?
Sir, I couldn't hear your voice. Now I can.
I'm asking you to open the video.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you completed this?
Yes, sir.
Have closed your
Yes, sir.
video.
Yes.
Saif, start your video.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the second case when reserve or profit or loss account is not to be closed. Okay. So here, what we do, we don't have to calculate the separate balance. We don't have to adjust the separate balance of profit and loss. Now, in this case, in case number two, we have to calculate a net balance. If there is a profit of 10,000 and loss of 6,000, in first case, 10,000 will be distributed separately, 6,000 will be distributed separately. But in second case, we will calculate a net balance. Net balance means 10,000 minus 6,000, it will be 4,000, and this amount will be adjusted. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this case, calculate net balance of reserve, accumulated profit and loss. If there are more than one profit, more than one loss, then you have to calculate net balance. Calculate gain or sacrifice of each partner, because in this case, if we are not closing any account, we are not giving effect to the reserve profit and loss. Okay, so in that case, what we have to do, we have to adjust all these balance in gaining sacrificing ratio. So calculate gain or sacrifice of each partner, then multiply the net balance we have calculated with the gain or sacrifice of each partner. And with that amount, we will pass journal entry. So journal entry will be gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners capital. Please write this. And do it fast. We have to solve some question. You're not writing?
Sir, I'm right.
Done. You're writing very slow today, Saif.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay. So these are the questions. You can see question number 8, 9. Uh, I will solve question number 9 because in this both case we have to follow. Sure. Just a moment. Let me see if there is any. Yes, question number 11. X, Y, and Z are sharing profit and losses in the ratio 5:3:2. They decided to share future profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3:5. With effect from 1st April 2016, they also decided to record the effect of the following accumulated profit, losses, reserve without affecting their book figure by passing a single entry. Can you tell me it is the first case or the second case?
Sir, voice is low. Can you say that again?
Read the question and tell me that is it first case or the second one. Read it loud.
So the 10th one,
11th.
X, Y, and Z are sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3:2. They decide to share future profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3:5 with effect from 1st April 2016. They also decide to record the effect of the following accumulated profits, losses, and reserves without affecting their book figures by passing a single entry. General reserve 6,000, profit and loss account credit 24,000, advertisement suspense account 4,000, pass necessary single adjustment entry.
My question is it is the first case or the second?
So the second case,
Can you tell me how you have decided it is second case? Can you tell me how you have decided that it is second case?
so because
Don't know. We just assume that it is second case.
here I don't think so. The reserve of penal account is not closed.
Where it is written.
So like without affecting their book figures.
Yes. They also decide to record the effect of the following accumulated profit, loss, and reserve without affecting their book figures. Means that they don't want to change the value. It means the account will still open. Now, they are asking the second case, but I'm going to solve it by the first and second, both the case. So question number 11, solution. First case I'm taking here. Actually, question is about second case, but I'm taking first case. Now, in first case, what we have to do, we have to take old profit sharing ratio. And we have to calculate profit and loss separately. So, total profit and reserve. 6,000 and 24,000. 6,000 is reserve, and profit and loss credit balance means profit. Profit and loss debit balance means loss. So 6,000 plus 24,000, it will be 30,000. And loss is advertisement suspense, it is 12,000. Now, distribution. This is working note number 1. Now, working note number 2. Distribution of profit 30,000 for X, Y, and Z. So for X, it is 30,000 into 5 by 10. For Y, it is 30,000 into 3 by 10. We are distributing it in the old ratio. It is the first case, so old ratio. So here it will be 15,000. Then it is 9,000 and then 6,000. Now distribution of loss. Which is 12,000. So X 12,000 into 5 by 10. 6,000. Y 12,000 into 3 by 10. 3,600. And Z 12,000 into 2 by 10. It is 2,004. Okay.
Yes.
So now the journal entry. There will be 2 journal entry, 2 separate entry. One for distribution of profit. So general reserve will be debited. It is 6,000. Then profit and loss balance will be, so profit and loss account debit 24,000 and 2 X capital to Y capital and to Z capital. So after writing 6,000 and 24,000, total is 30,000, which we have already distributed here. 15,000, 9,000, and 6,000. Distribution of profit 30,000 will be distributed. So this 30,000 will be distributed 15,000, 9,000, and 6,000. And there is a separate calculation for loss also. This 6,000, 3,600, and 2,400. We have distributed 12,000 of advertisement suspense. So the second entry, it is for loss. So loss entry is X capital account debit. Then Y capital account debit. And Z capital. To advertisement suspense. 12,000. Then it is 6,000, 3,600, and 2,400.
Why are we making two journal entries?
Why are you 2 journal entries? I told you that in the first case, we calculate the profit and loss. We distribute profit and loss separately. and we also pass journal entry for profit and loss separately in first case. In second case, we have to calculate the net balance. Okay. Actually, question is asking for second case, but I have just solved the first case also so that it will be clear to you that how these two are different. Now the actual solution of this question, the second case. Now, in this case, working note number 1 is for net balance. Net balance of profit or loss. So general reserve is 6,000. Profit and loss, credit balance is 24,000. So total 30,000. These two are profit minus advertisement suspense. It is a loss. 12,000. So the remaining balance is 18,000. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after this, working note number 2, gain or sacrifice. So sacrifice equals to old minus new. X old share 532, a new share is 235. So X, Y, Z. Actually, there is no change in Y. 5 by 10 minus 2 by 10. 3 by 10 minus 3 by 10. And 2 by 10 minus 5 by 10. So Z is gaining partner by 3 by 10. And X is sacrificing partner 3 by 10. There is no change in Y. After this, we have to multiply the profit or loss, so adjustment of profit and loss. 18,000 into 3 by 10. Actually, both are same, so I'm doing it only one time. But if in any case, if these three have separate like sacrifice or gain, then you have to multiply 18,000 with all the sacrifice or gain separately. So it is 5,400. Now this 5,400, we will pass a journal entry, gaining partners capital. So Z capital account debit. Z is gaining partner, so Z will give 5,400 to X. Is this clear?
Yes.
So this is our adjustment of profit and loss, second case. Tell me if you have any doubt. Please take the screenshot of this.
Can have two cases.
Yes, one question can have two cases, but in this one, only one case was there. I have solved the first case also so that you'll understand the both case. Now you can see in the question number 9, it is saying if they do not want to show general reserve in the balance sheet, means they want to close the account. And if they want to show general reserve in the balance sheet, means they do not want. So in this question, both cases are there. So yes, it can given in the question. Please take the screenshot.
Yes, right.
Done?
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir.
Done. So now we have covered this, both the topic of reserve, accumulated profit and loss. Okay. So I will share some portion with you. But before that, I want to ask, is there any doubt you have in any of the portion or topic that we have covered today?
Just say, can you just like revise topic,
Revise
the topic we did like today?
okay. Okay, this one. Okay, so there are two cases. The first one is when we have to close the profit and loss account or reserve account. Means we are removing the balance from the balance sheet. Now, in this case, we have to multiply the reserve profit or loss or any loss uh, with the old profit sharing ratio of partners. So all the reserve profit or loss will be distributed in the old ratio, and we have to pass separate entry for profit and loss. Okay, so there will be two entries in the first case, and also two calculation, two distribution, because profit will be distributed separately, loss will be distributed separately. Then only you can pass separate journal entries. So that's why all the profit will be distributed in the old ratio first, then all the loss will be distributed in the old ratio. So this is the first case. Now, in the second case, we have to calculate net balance. Okay, question can ask you to solve question by any case, so you have to understand both the cases. You have to remember both the cases. So in second case, what we have to do, we cannot close the reserve accumulated profit or loss. So that's why in journal entry, we cannot write the general reserve accumulated profit or loss. That's why only capital account is written. So calculate net balance of reserve accumulated profit and loss. First of all, there will be no separate balance, separate calculation, separate journal entry in this case. In this case, only one entry is required. Single adjustment entry is required. So that's why we need a single balance. And to calculate a single balance, we have to add all the profit, we have to deduct all the loss, and then we will calculate net balance. We have to calculate gain or sacrifice of each partner, and the net balance will be multiplied with gain or sacrifice of each partner. After that, whatever amount you will get, you will pass journal entry with these amounts. And journal entry will be gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners capital account. So we have done the same entry, Z capital to X